Coming up next is DC News number 119. It's an all Superman plus one edition of DC News, and in it we're going to talk about, an update on the Siegel lawsuit case between the Siegel family and Warner's, which I thought was over with, but apparently isn't. It's trudging on still evermore. We're also going to talk about George Perez and his trials and tribulations when he worked on Superman for the New 52, and we're going to wrap it up with Shazam! All that and more coming right up.
Okay. Bo's got that DC look in his eyes right now. Looks a lot like gas.
And whatever news is left over, we grind up and turn it to hash. DC Comic Book News, episode 119, Tormentalist.
Hey everyone, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for Bocephus.
DC News, boys and girls.
DC News, which is even better. DC News, which is coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Crude. Alternate Reality, where all my new comics, especially all my Superman comics from the planet Krypton, are always 15% off every day for everyone. This is an all Superman plus one edition of DC News, and we're going to start off with yet another update on the Siegel family lawsuit with Warner Brothers. Bo, What is the current chapter looking like in this lawsuit?
Well, the judge ruled,
which I thought was over with.
No, it's not even. No,
it's the never-ending lawsuit.
This hasn't even gotten to trial yet.
Well, I thought this was
settled. This is all pre-trial stuff. The ongoing case has ruled that the documents that Warner's got a right to use that were stolen from Siegel family lawyer Mark Tobleros's office. They can be used, but Warner's cannot suggest that he's trying to get parts of the rights to Superman for himself, which is the main reason that Warner's wanted the stuff in the first place. So they said, you can use what's in the documents, but if you mention, even remotely, or even hint at, he's in this for the money, I will throw you out of court.
So there you go.
So now the case will come before a jury. Warner's requested a jury trial. That's what's taking so long, and all these motions and co-motions. But yes, it'll go in front of a jury. 2013 is the earliest this will go in front of a jury.
Why would they want a jury trial?
Because they're stupid.
Oh, well.
I mean, come on. It's a copyright case. Juries are going to sit there and go, what the hell are they talking about? You're going to have more trouble trying to keep them awake.
If they're going for a jury, the only thing I can think of is what they're trying to do is they're going to try to build some sort of case where Warner says that this character is going to be irreparably harmed for forever and ever and ever. And you, members of the jury, don't you love Superman? Wouldn't you like Superman to stay exactly the way he's been for the last 70 years? Wouldn't you like that? Because if you find against us,
but doesn't the defense say, hey, wouldn't you like
and
to see the people...
And all the children of the world will cry.
And you know what the defense does?
Wouldn't you like to see the people who created it?
They get Joanne Siegel and her elderly mom, and they wheel them into court,
well,
and they go,
the
folks at Warner Brothers are screwing these people out of their money. These evil, rotten sons of guns. And they're going to go, give them
so if you're a juror, here's what you got. You got the widow who's destitute, who doesn't have any money, versus the giant evil corporation, or you've got Superman getting raped for all time.
Here's my prediction of one of the days of testimony from the Siegel widow. What do you eat every day? I eat cat food.
What kind of cat food? Is it fancy?
Right.
Cat food? Does it have
jury
real
trial,
salmon bits in it?
copyright cases, never a good mix.
Okay, meanwhile, back over to the comic book side of Superman. George Perez recently had a little posting online where he talked about his trials and tribulations with working on the New 52 version of Superman.
Well, he was at the Superman celebration, and he was one of the guests of honor, and he revealed the video thing. He couldn't wait to leave Superman after 6 issues because of repeated rewrites and a lack of creative freedom. Now, he doesn't blame Dan DiDio. The big problem...
Because Dan might hire him again someday.
Well, no. The changes didn't come from Dan DiDio. He said he got it from people who are under DiDio because George apparently doesn't hang out on the internet.
Yeah.
He didn't know that Grant Morrison was...
George, take my word for it. George hangs out on the internet.
Well, I mean,
I know this for a fact.
I'm not talking about Facebook. I'm talking about like news sites like Newsarama and Comic Book Recess, or even checking out the website we have here. Yeah. He was unaware of the fact when he got the job that Grant Morrison was going to be doing Action Comics, and that the stuff in Action Comics happened 5 years before his stuff, and so anything that Morrison did affected his book. Did he
talk to the editor?
Well, he did.
Does he understand what an editor is and why he should talk to them?
Well, apparently
to find out what's going on within the family.
Apparently the problem was the fact that Grant kept what he was planning on doing with the book, very close to the vest.
Wow.
And not a lot of people heard about
Yeah.
it. And so George would turn in a script, and then he'd get the script back going, well, Grant's doing this, and so you can't do that. I mean, Grant's doing that, so you can't do that. And so he said it was just basically a pain in the ass to work with. He also said that Keith Giffen went...
Who was a pain in the ass to work with? Grant Morrison?
The editors. No,
The editors.
no, he never talked to Morrison. Morrison's in Scotland. He doesn't talk to Press. He also said that Keith Giffen, who took over the book after he left, he called him up and he said, did you get fired off of Superman? Because if you got fired, I'm not going to take the book. So that shows that Keith Giffen's actually a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. Okay. And as I said at the top of the show, Superman +1. The +1 is someone who's always been near and dear to the Superman family, because if for no other reason than through lawsuits. Captain Marvel, the Shazam title, is rocketing your way probably during the fourth wave of the DC New 52.
You had the first New 52, you had the first wave, you had the cancellations, you had the second wave. In October, November, you're going to get the third wave, which has the Amethyst book and stuff like that. Dan DiDio said that they're always got books that they're working on just in case some of the New 52s don't pan out. And there's still about 6 or 7 books of that 52 that are on the cancellation list, but just haven't been, bullet hasn't been put in their heads yet.
Yeah.
So a new Captain Marvel Shazam
Like
titles.
G.I. Combat.
Like G.I. Combat. Well, no, G.I. Combat was one of the replacement series.
So. No, in the news.
Yeah.
In the second series of the New 52.
Yeah.
That's already getting ready to get canceled.
Yeah, well, and all the Liefeld books aren't selling at all either. They're not.
He's a genius.
Now, one of those books will probably be the new Captain Marvel Shazam book, although there's a hot rumor that Jim Lee's not going to be on Justice League after about issue 16.
Okay.
And the rumor is that one of those fourth wave books would be a revival of your favorite franchise, Wildcats, from Jim Lee.
I'm speaking of Captain Marvel. I think it was for the 0 issue of Justice League, some art of the new Captain Marvel, what the new Captain Marvel is going to look like, and basically it's the Shazam costume. It's tweaked a little bit, it's changed a little bit. It's not the one everyone remembers, which isn't surprising because everybody's costume's been screwed over. Didn't notice if he had collar or not. I'll bet you $5 he has a collar.
And no pants?
No, well, he never had pants, so they don't have to get around. Maybe they won't give him a collar.
They'll give him pants.
They can't take away his pants because he has no collar. But the one thing I did notice about him,
that silly little half cape.
the one thing I did notice about him was Captain Marvel always had this, this impish cherubic grin on his face, throughout the 40s and the 50s, and even farther on that C.C.
That's
Beck.
one of the reasons I never got into it.
Well,
Because he looked like a simp.
That C.C. Beckett gave him is the goofiest goddamn smile on his face I've ever seen on a character, and it's not a pleasant smile. Figure. Anyway, that's it. We're done with Finish. We're out of here. We got no more DC news, but go to the store's website. Check out all of the DC news that Bo sends me that I post up. Bo?
Yes. Tell him, Sarah.
Maybe you AARP or you should try ginkgo biloba. www.myalternatereality.com.
So go to the store's website, check out all of his news, and until next time, this is Comic Book Man
This is Freddie Freeman.
saying,
Shazam!
bye! Hey, you want to save 20% off of everything in the store? Then show up on the 20th of every month, because the 20th is Founders Day here at Alternate Reality. And on Founders Day, everything except this week's new comics and bulk supplies is 20% off. That's right, every single thing in the store is 20% off every 20th here at Alternate Reality.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.